Hi everyone, welcome back. Let's see one of the GATE question which was asked in the earlier years of operating system. Let's read the question. Which of the following is not true of deadlock prevention and deadlock avoidance schemes? Right? So if you read the options, in deadlock prevention, the request for resource is always granted if resulting state is safe. So answer is, it is not true. Directly we can say that answer A is the correct one as per the given question. So which means that it is false statement. Read the second statement. In deadlock avoidance, the request for resource is always granted if the resulting state is safe. Guys, deadlock avoidance is the concept is majorly concentrating on where system is safe state or not. If system is safe, then the resource is always going to be granted. So this option B is true. Let's read the third point. Deadlock avoidance is less restrictive than deadlock prevention. Yes, it is also true. Deadlock avoidance requires the knowledge of resource requirement a priori, which means that this is also true, right? So guys, here you might think certain kind of doubts, right? So let's say option D. Deadlock avoidance requires knowledge of resource requirement a priori. Am I right or not? So in order to avoid deadlock, definitely it has to first identify what are the various kind of resources required for the process. Once they are able to identify what are the various kind of resources required for a process, then it will first check them. Whether deadlock will happen or not. If deadlock is not going to happen, then it will go for allocating those resources. That's why you need to have the knowledge of definitely the resource requirements at a priori before executing the process. So option D is definitely true. And option C, deadlock avoidance is less restrictive. Why it is less restrictive? Because we are going to simply apply the algorithm, right? Once we got certain data, we can directly apply the algorithm. So that's why it is going to be less restrictive than deadlock prevention. Guys, here the important point is, I can define few of the important points. Deadlock prevention is more restrictive than all other techniques, guys. So based on this statement, I can directly say that option C is also true. Why it is more restrictive? Because it has to satisfy all the four conditions. What are all those four conditions? Mutual exclusion, no preemption, am I right or not? Circular weight, hold and wait. As it has to satisfy all the four constraints, so that's the reason it is more restrictive. And the another important one is deadlock avoidance is less restrictive among all the other techniques. The reason is we can simply apply the algorithm. And the more flexible deadlock strategy approach is deadlock detection and recovery, guys. Deadlock detection and recovery. Why? I mean, I can say it as deadlock recovery only, right? The reason is we don't need to be forcefully do anything. We'll just make simply killing the process or releasing the resources. So that's the reason deadlock recovery is the more flexible approach. And I can say, right, all kind of operating system, almost all kind of operating systems uses deadlock ignorance strategy. Ignorance strategy, because I already explained. So this deadlock might occur once a while, right? It's like handling the deadlock is going to be very costly, and as it is occurring very rarely, they just make it ignored. Right? So based on these points, I can say the option C is also true, and option B is directly true, and option A is anyhow is false, as all these three are true. Right? Anyhow, deadlock prevention is a kind of a concept. We are preventing the deadlock, but which is not with respect to the conditions of the whether it is safe or not. It is majorly related to all the conditions are satisfied or not. So option A is the correct answer. Hope you understood this particular question clearly. Thank you.